Hello, everyone.
Hey!
Welcome to another episode of With So Much Love.
With E and O.
E and O.
Stands for Earl and Onika.
If you didn't know that, now you do.
Now you know.
You know your middle name, right? Of course you
Michelle.
do. Michelle. Lee. You have two middle names.
Michelle Lee, yes.
That's right. We won't get into mine. We've already done that before. We're not doing that again.
We'll just give your initials R and D.
Yes. ERDM.
Yes.
Erdem.
Yes.
Which is terrible. Erdem. We were talking for a second about high fives.
Yes.
This is just real quick.
Random. Yeah.
And I love a high five.
Yeah. Do you like a high five better than a fist bump?
Ooh. COVID season or not COVID season? What do you?
Not COVID season.
High five.
High five. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a fist bump is nice too if you like really don't know somebody.
Yeah. And fist bumps, it feels, I could be wrong and I don't want to be stereotypical, but it seems like.
Maybe don't say it, honey.
Well, I was just going to say it seems like girls don't really girls give hugs more than they give like a high five.
Or a fist bump.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yes.
For sure. I don't think that's stereotypical. That's just facts.
Okay.
That's
yes.
I mean, I don't see a lot of ladies walking around high-fiving.
No. I mean, every once in a while, maybe in a workout class. For sure.
Well, yeah,
yes.
in a workout class,
but not a fist
five.
bump. I don't see girls doing very often. I know that there's girls who are like, "Hey, I'm a fist bumper," but not very many.
Wait, a girl said that to you?
No, but
Okay.
I just know that after this conversation, somebody's going to be like, "I'm a fist bumper." Shout out the fist bumpers. Just we're in a day and age where
if you're clarifying that, I feel like, oh no, I'm sorry, I actually am a fist bumper,
as opposed to a high fiver or a hugger. Yeah.
Honestly,
I'm a hugger and I think a high five if I'm in a workout class.
High five. I love
or
a
if
high
I'm just
five.
being silly.
Love a fist bump. Obviously, my favorite's gonna be, to dap somebody up, but you don't do that with girls as much.
Right.
Or ever, really. I mean, I'm sure somebody does.
Yeah.
But I don't. And
but you play tennis now.
Oh gosh. We're not going to get
We've
into
got
this.
a tennis star on our hands, ladies and gentlemen.
There is no
star.
You.
No, I'm not a star.
Yes.
But we just started playing tennis. We maybe had like 6 lessons.
At the time of this recording, there's been about 6 lessons.
Yes. But you have, on your own accord,
I've gone to a couple lessons
without me.
Yes, I have. You were not in town.
I thought this was like a team sport.
It is.
You and I.
You were very. I
was
funny.
thrown that you went without me.
Yeah.
I felt a little bit betrayed.
Yeah, I was reading the
Get to
text.
the root of it. You're getting
and I was
to the root
like,
of it.
what is going on here?
Well,
I'm just trying to get
let's
better.
just talk it out. We can just like have a disagreement in front of people.
We started together.
Yes.
Great. Started from the bottom.
Yeah.
We're still at the bottom.
And I thought, that this was going to be like our thing.
It is our thing.
Together because there's not a lot of things. Like I like to shop. You don't like to shop.
Right.
You like to play basketball. I don't like to play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
But we both have like enjoyed this new like hobby. Would you call it a hobby?
For sure.
Yeah, a little
sport,
hobby.
Yes.
Yeah. It's so much fun.
Loving it.
Yes. But I thought it was like our thing. And then I go out of town for 24 hours. And who's called our trainer? You.
I feel like this is
it's great
wise.
material.
I feel like
it
was good.
Well,
I think it was right.
But fast
I don't think there
forward,
was anything wrong with it whatsoever.
But then I join you back with our trainer, and you're way better. And because that's what
Listen.
happens when you go without your person.
This goes back to the run where you think you could beat me in a race.
But we're done with that.
Which you don't want to talk about anymore.
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
But I'm still on that a little bit.
But the tennis lesson's getting better without me. And then I go to the lesson, and he has to do different drills with us because now you're advanced.
Listen. The fact is, I went to
two.
You know what? 2 lessons. Elle came with me to one of them. One of the lessons.
And then you went to another one.
And then I went to another lesson.
And now you guys are doing all this fancy stuff, and I'm still working on
so that's just 2 lessons.
How to hit the ball.
Now,
I can hit the ball, but I just am working on how to hold a racket.
Yeah, but full disclosure, I'm not trying to put you on blast. I'm trying to be very
You can put me on.
I'm trying to be careful with my words.
Yeah,
yes.
we already know that.
When we started.
You played college sports.
Yes.
I did not.
When we started tennis.
So you're already better.
I was already better than
I
you.
love this.
You were in a deficit, okay? You were swinging, and you still do this. You do a full pirouette.
I do.
When
well,
you do
for
a
me,
forehand.
I kind of do tennis like golf. I like swing.
But you don't even play golf. So.
But I swing the racket like how I would be swinging a golf club.
Yeah, or dancing.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
true.
it's just
Yeah,
kind of
yeah, I
like,
twirl.
wee.
Yeah,
And
yes.
I'm like,
You
honey,
get the science
put
down,
your
though.
feet on the ground,
yes.
stand there,
Right.
and then hit the ball.
Yeah.
And
It's so technical, but it's so fun.
but
But it is
beautiful,
technical.
beautiful. Honestly, we started
No, yeah.
from the very beginning. There was a gap.
Okay.
There was a significant gap, but
Okay.
in skill. And I'm not even good. I'm not good at tennis at all. And then you also were not good. I'm trying to say this as politely as I
But
possibly
I
can.
was making contact with the ball.
I was blown
Most
away.
times.
Do not get me wrong. I
Yeah.
was blown away
I just don't
when I
have
saw
the
you
science
hitting
of
the
it
ball.
down because there's
And
like
you
a
hit
way
some
that
backhands. I'm like,
continental
wow.
grip. There's all these ways to hold the racket.
And
you
again,
know?
I'm still figuring that out.
Yeah.
I was messing up. I'm
Yeah.
still messing
But
up. I'm not good.
if we
I
can
send
make
balls
this,
over the
like-
fence all the time.
Yeah. We're still getting the hang of it.
But we are doing it together. I just got really excited about it because we were on vacation, and
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. Well, actually, we were back from vacation, so you had
I was
gone
out
out
of
of
town.
town
Yeah,
for
24
hours.
hours.
I was like, man, I'm gonna go for another
2 lessons.
another lesson. It was amazing. I
And now
thoroughly
you're
enjoyed
like
it.
way past me. I'm like, you know what? Just go join a men's league.
Yeah, we were one night. Onika was like, okay, you can go without me, and it was one of those things where husbands, you know that your wife is telling you you can do something, but she's saying that you can't do it by how she's saying you can do it. And I've been married, we're pushing 30 years
Yeah.
now. You weren't getting me with that one. I knew that setup. So
Well-
I was just sitting back. No, I want to be with you. This is how deep it got.
No, this is dedicated though. You went to a
Wait.
no,
Hold
yeah.
on, say this.
Let's unpack
This is how deep
for
it
the
got.
people.
Because when we went to outdoors, which I
Yes.
never thought you would do anything outdoors, you know.
All of our other lessons besides the new ones were outdoors when we went on vacation.
That's true. Okay.
They're outdoors, yeah.
But so we're outdoors,
Mhm.
and you said, "Oh, Earl, you can go to the more advanced one next time." And I said, "No, I want to be with you."
With the beginners.
Yes. Do you know what
The
you
bunny
did?
slopes.
Do you know what you did?
What did I do?
You didn't even realize you did this.
What did I do?
You closed your eyes, puckered your lips, moved towards me in public to give me a kiss.
Yeah, and I don't do public displays of affection.
Exactly.
But I was thankful that you were with me.
When I said that, it was like your heart melted. I
Okay.
couldn't even believe it. I was like, she's kissing me in public here. So then I went in for a big kiss. But
love you.
then you pushed me away.
I love you.
That's not true. That second part's not true.
But
But you
that's
did
our
give me
tennis journey.
but you did give me a kiss in
Well,
public.
because you went to the beginners class with me and you're not a beginner.
I am a beginner. I would have
Well, there's
preferred
levels.
I would have preferred another class for
Yeah.
sure, because that class
It was very basic.
it was like
very basic.
put your hand in the V,
Right.
grab your racket here.
Yeah, it was like
And
for
I was like,
5-year-olds. Yeah.
I can do
You're-
that.
yeah,
I can do
mhm.
that, but
Yeah.
I'm not good yet. But I'm going to be good.
Yes.
But I do like that we're doing something like this together, because I do think we'll be able to like do doubles together,
mhm.
and I don't know. There's got to be a day that we'll be able to play like one-on-one, like singles, like
Yes.
me against you.
Yeah, but the gap is too big. And if you keep doing these lessons on your own, then there's no hope for me.
If you keep doing pirouettes on your forehand, that's what's going to hold you back, honey.
Hey, I believe in myself.
I honestly think you can totally do it. And I've seen you make contact a few times, like, okay, there you go. Does that
Yeah.
feel right? And you're like, yeah, I don't know how I did it. So, but
Yeah.
you're
Baby
not.
steps.
The thing that I think is impressive about you, though, too, is you don't get injured. Like my shoulder hurts and my neck is tight here. And I was talking to Alan about that. He's like, yeah, you're using tendons and ligaments you haven't used before. Because I was like, this kind of hurts, but you don't ever seem to hurt after any athletics. And I was
Only
thinking
that
about
one
that.
time from that class when I did those snatches.
One time.
Yeah. Mhm.
One time. I mean, again, we've been married all these years. I know a couple of times that you've been injured. How many times have I been injured? It seems like I get injured all the time.
All the time. Every week.
I look at my knees hurt,
Back,
my shoulder.
Yeah.
So I was trying to figure out why that is.
I know.
Why?
This is our therapy episode.
Okay, why?
Well, yeah, it's our therapy episode. Because it's a pro and a con about you.
Okay.
So the pro about you is you go all in. Like, you see no limits. You're like, if someone's saying, give me an 8, you're like, I'm going to give you a 20.
Okay.
Not because you have anything to prove, but you just like to give your best and you give your all and you leave like nothing behind.
Okay.
And so that's why you're so great on the mission field. Because like, even if it's like 115 degrees, you're like, don't state the obvious. Act like it's 70 degrees, and like you're just like the person you want. You do. You say I went on missions
but
with
I
you.
You say
don't state the obvious.
Don't state the obvious. That's a good one.
So
yep.
you're
it's
like,
so hot. What is that doing? That's not helping anybody.
Yeah. So you were built for like rough conditions, built for like obstacles. You were, babe. You flourish. You flourish. In situations with
like nice
without
sheets.
AC. You do like nice sheets,
Mm-hmm.
but you do flourish if something's difficult. You're like, I'm going to like make the best of it. So I feel like when you're in the gym or playing a sport, if your body's like, do 10, you're like, I'm doing 20 because I'm not soft. And you're not.
I respect that.
So
this is a great assessment. I appreciate
so
that.
I think
if you're saying this about me, I would want someone to say this about me. I would not want somebody to say what I think you're about to say about yourself.
Oh, I don't know.
In working out.
Oh, yeah. But I was just saying that's why you're prone to injury, because you don't have a thing in your mind that's like, you know what? You're like, you got 3 more, when really you sometimes should do 3 less. And I think it's that 3 more that you do that then you get the injury zone.
But you are, too. You are very, very intense, high level, going all in life. Mm-hmm. In gym, in a gym scenario, if there is an opportunity to do 12,
right.
I think you're usually choosing 4.
Yes. No, not 4.
8.
I've gotten better.
I think you have as well.
Yeah.
But that you have not.
But if I'm
over
on
the years,
but if I'm on a
treadmill
today, and was that today? Did I go Did I go? No. Yesterday.
No. Okay.
Yesterday. If I'm on the treadmill in like a HIIT class and you are on the treadmill for a little bit, and the instructor says put it on speed 7, I'll go 6 or 5. Yeah, that's what I do.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You're there. You're in the gym. I don't care.
And the way that I look at it, the reason why I don't like leave it all on the floor is because I have children waiting for me. I have text messages to return. I have things to do. So I don't have the option to like work out till I'm nauseous. Like, I don't do that because I have to function.
That's good.
And so I'm thinking about the people waiting for me after I leave the gym. And so I don't ever like to leave the gym like depleted and like I need to go lay down, that my head's spinning. I don't do that because I always have something waiting for me after I'm working out. 9 out of 10 times. But if I didn't have something waiting for me, maybe I would go on a 7 with the instructor. Maybe I would.
Again,
but
I'm not saying anything
I don't
about
like
this.
I don't like to live in the land of depletion. I kind of like to keep my cup pretty full.
Yeah,
I try to.
Yeah, you do.
That's just the way that I approach life, though.
But it's
there's
also
not a right
really
or wrong
good.
way.
No, I agree. It's not a right or wrong way, but I do think that's one of the reasons you're not injured.
Oh, yeah, could be.
Because you're not like taking your muscles and tendons to the extreme limit.
And if I feel pain, I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, you'll stop.
I'll slow down.
Yeah. And I'll go like, no.
And you'll like push through the pain.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Which is not good. I'm not saying it's right. But
that's why
we need to have a psychologist on here one time to explain to us why we would do these different things the way we would do them.
I think I could figure it out.
Okay, go ahead.
I think it's because I grew up the way we were raised, family of origin.
Okay.
You grew up with less, and you had to like make do with what you had, and you let it out, baby. You like break down.
Sorry, I know.
But you did. You grew up with less, and so because you grew up with less, you learned to be happy with less. So if you were like, oh, I'm just making this up. For dinner, you wanted. I'm not like
my mom's gonna get mad at you.
She doesn't listen to this podcast.
Yes, she does. She always comes to me all the time. She's like, oh, that's not true. Oh, Earl, you're telling everybody you were poor growing up.
Say you wanted spaghetti and meatballs with like.
We were, Mom.
Yes. Say you wanted.
But we were rich in so many other ways.
You're rich in love and community. But say you wanted spaghetti and meatballs and like French bread for dinner.
You're gonna get in trouble.
It's okay. But like you couldn't just say, "Hey, Mom, can we have this for dinner tonight?"
No, we could not.
You could not. That's how you were raised. Yeah. But whatever your mom made you, You learn to be like, oh my gosh, Mom, thank you so much for making this.
Yep.
And you learn to love less.
Okay.
Is that true? Like,
Yeah, no, I think
yeah.
you're doing great. I think you're doing
Yeah.
great. I'm just thinking about the conversation
So-
later with my mom, who lives with us, by the way,
Yes,
whom
she
we
does.
love so much.
It's a party.
It is a party.
So you learn to push through. You learn to make do.
Stop drinking so much, Mom.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. No, she doesn't.
But you had to
she
be,
doesn't. I'm
you
gonna get in
lived-
trouble for that
you
one.
had some
I love
uncomfortable situations that you lived in.
You, Mom.
Lots of love. You
Plenty
always,
of love.
Plenty
Yep.
of love.
Yep.
But you went without and you pushed through.
Okay.
And you had to train yourself to like push through.
Okay.
I did not grow up in a home like that. Like I grew up, my mom was like, which is not right or wrong.
No,
Both
that's right.
ways are not right or wrong.
That's right.
So if I got like a C plus, my mom was like laughing, but she was like, "You're so smart."
Which you
She was
are.
like,
Which you
no,
are
I
smart.
know I am.
You
but
are.
she was like,
Yeah. There was
"You're
no
s-"
like.
She was
you,
not like.
You better
she-
get an A next time.
She was
you could
like,
do better.
No, she was just like, if you tried hard, good job, babe. and she was like, she was like, I don't want you to be like those kids who like starve themselves or like get taken out because they're like so overwhelmed with their grades. She
Hey,
was like,
she did something right. Like, you're
she's
an
like,
amazing person.
She's like, I don't want to put that on you.
Okay.
So like, she was like, do you feel good about your C? And I was like, I feel pretty good about my C. She was like, okay, let's go to dinner. So she didn't like wake up in me that like, oh, put that elliptical on a 12. She's like 6, we good. So I think that also back to our story of origin.
Family of origin. That does matter.
Yeah, but I did know that at the end of the day, she did want to just make sure if I was good because she would rather me, she said, get a C and I'd be happy than me get an A and me have anxiety from school. And so I think that's how it outworked.
Well, that's interesting you say that because we've talked a little bit about this and whether you're married, single, kids or no kids, you're trying to figure out how do you raise your kids and you want them. I think you'd be an interesting test case then because if you would if your mom would be saying that to you, but you now
if I got
like
an F, she wouldn't have said like great job.
For sure.
Yeah.
But you're a high achiever, I think. You're a leader. You're like somebody, not I think, I know. I've been around a lot of leaders and man,
I think I have drive. I think I have drive
you might
and
be
determination.
the best leader. Drive.
Yeah.
I would not use the word drive for you. I would use the word, I don't know, Fast and Furious 15. I mean, talk about drive. You can go. You've got plenty of drive, passion, push through a wall. You don't see no. I mean, which, you know what? That actually goes back probably to your mom a little bit too, because it was always an option. It was like always an option. So now that works in our favor because if something's like that can't be done, you're thinking, no,
there has to be a way.
There is a way
Sure.
for it to be done. And sure enough, you can find a way for it to be done. So there's plenty of drive, plenty of passion, but you want to raise your kids to do that. And at the same time, I mean, to have that passion, to have that zeal.
Right.
But at the same time, you also don't want to push your kids so much if they think all their identity is just in whether grades or do they score a goal or make a basket or score a touchdown or make that team or what have you. But you also want to make sure they aren't soft and weak.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how we're doing. I like our kids. I do. I like them a lot. They're fantastic. Great young people. People love being around them, which is great. I think we're moving the right direction. I also want to make sure they do have that fight on the inside of them. And it seems like sometimes some kids might have the fight more when the parents aren't around than when the parents are around. But I want to have kids that will always be showing me like, no, you got that dog in you, if you will. But how do you make sure you get that in them when they're 4, right. 7, 17 makes sense, but you can't start too late because you start starting too late, then all of a sudden
they just want to phone everything in.
You got a kid that's just kind of coasting.
Yeah.
That coddling of America, like coddling of the American child.
Yes.
Can you look that up real cash? There's a book called The Coddling of the American.
Well, I think it goes back to, Parker always goes back to this moment. He shared it before. Because now he's like brave. He's like courageous.
Strong,
Grayson too.
confident.
L2.
Yep.
I feel like all of our kids are
Grayson.
very confident. They're all very confident.
Very,
like
very
a little
much
too
so.
confident. thinking they're going to the NFL. When
I
they don't.
love that.
But
I love
it's
that,
like, yeah, I do feel like they think
that's good.
that there's not any, they can do anything,
Yep.
which is like pretty amazing.
I love that.
But I think for Parker, when we see him now, he's like very brave, very courageous, very
Yep.
passionate, and like doesn't.
One
Go
second,
ahead.
beautiful.
Mhm.
Say it again.
The Coddling of the American Mind.
Oh, The Coddling of the American Mind. I heard about this book. I want to read it. Okay, who's
Yes.
it by?
Greg Lukianoff and Jonathan Haidt.
Okay. Greg Lukianoff and Jonathan Haidt. Okay, I want to read
The
that book.
premise basically is, from what she was saying,
Yeah.
is that we're so easy on our kids.
We're giving them everything
giving them-
rather than having
teaching
them
them.
do the thing.
Right.
And then do the thing right.
Right.
So keep on going. I'm sorry, you talk about Parker.
And I think to
He goes back to what story?
Oh, yeah. So Parker always says, because people always talk about how brave he is, how much courage and strength he has. But he goes back to that time when he was a little boy.
Oh.
And we had a bug in our sunroom.
Oh, yeah. When I, yeah.
Yeah, there was a bug in our sunroom that was like a scary bug.
Mm-hmm.
And you taught him to kill the bug. But he was too afraid to kill the bug. And he was crying because he didn't want to kill the bug.
Yeah, I remember
and he didn't
this.
think he could kill the bug. And you were with him maybe 2 hours at
Yep.
least, maybe 2 or 3 hours that you spent with him, until finally he killed the bug. But I remember he was like bawling, like, I can't kill this bug. I can't kill this bug. I was afraid of it. But I feel like that was a pivotal moment in his childhood.
He was probably 6
Yeah.
years old,
Yeah.
I think. And yeah, we had this sunroom. Remember this one when we first moved to Dallas,
Yes, you had
that house
a
we were
sunroom and
renting.
there was like a scary bug. Yeah.
Yep. And that bug is there, and probably one of those big old Texas bugs, and it's
Yes.
there in the
Sunroom.
little sunroom. And I actually think it was already dead,
Okay.
and I wanted him to stomp on it,
Okay.
but he didn't want to stomp on it. But maybe he thought it was alive. I can't remember that detail.
Yeah.
But we were out there for a long time.
Hours.
Hours. I
And he
remember I
was
gave him one
crying.
of my boots. I gave him one of
Yes.
my big combat boots.
And
I
you're
was
like, put this on,
put
step
this
on it.
Just step on it.
But I feel like
He-
that was such a pivotal parenting moment because he saw that he could actually do it. But if you would have said, it's okay, you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it, which is what I feel like we do today. You know,
Yeah.
we really do that. We'd be like, well, I don't want to mess up your childhood. I'm not going to make you kill this bug.
Mm-hmm.
When really he attributes you helping him step on that bug as to why he doesn't live with fear now. And he has so much
interesting.
confidence.
It's
And so,
interesting. But there are those moments that you don't always know is a moment.
yeah.
I did remember feeling that though.
That was a
in
moment,
that one.
though,
I
because
do
you were out
remember.
there for 2 hours.
I did remember feeling no. He's got to do this because I
Yeah.
remember coming in, and you may have even said something like, you know, Earl, you're pushing him too hard or something like that. And I was like, man, I just feel like he needs to do this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you knew that it was in him, and you kept reminding him that it was in
It
him.
wasn't gonna hurt him.
Yeah, he
he
wasn't
in
gonna die.
danger.
Yeah.
It was just a matter of him and his getting through that mental block.
Yeah, that he
like
could-
no, you can do this.
But the
thing.
beautiful thing is you stayed with him, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
which
true.
was, so I don't think you coddled our kids. I don't think you coddled our
Well, I
kids.
think I was the hardest on Parker because
Yeah.
he's the first one,
Yeah.
right? So you're trying to
But he
figure it
says
out.
to this day that he's going to do it how you did it. So
Mm-hmm.
I guess it worked.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, because he said he wants to do what you did. Yeah. Yeah.
but I feel like, man, you look, you think I would do this differently. I would do that
Sure.
differently.
Yeah.
But even in that moment now, I'm thinking, would I do that now? Now
Right.
having 3 kids.
Yeah.
Because you get a little bit more tired, a little bit older. You think I'm not gonna. It's like when you have that first
I
kid.
feel like the
and
more
then-
kids you have, the more you spoil them.
and you get chill because
yeah, 'cause
remember
Elle
the
is
binky
way
fell on
more-
the ground.
Yeah.
First kid, you're washing it.
Yeah.
Third kid, you are actually rubbing it in the dirt more.
No, you're
and
not,
then
but
giving
you're-
it back to your
yeah,
kid. But
yeah.
you don't care as much
Right,
about
right.
those types of things.
Right.
But there is something about that first kid mentality
Yeah.
where you are maybe a little bit more locked in. But maybe I just was. I don't know. I know I didn't want to raise a son that lived with massive amounts of fear and
Right.
insecurity.
Right.
I did not want to
Right.
I don't want to raise a daughter like that either. But it was just, Parker at that time. Well, Parker and Grayson.
I think it's just intentionality. I feel like you've been super intentional with all 3 of our kids. You
Yeah.
really
Well,
are
you have
very.
you have 2.
No, I know, but just like as the father figure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mhm.
Which is, again, both of these roles and kind of the pieces to the puzzle matter. Because, again, for you, your dad wasn't there growing up. My
Right.
dad wasn't there growing up.
Right.
Thankfully for the men in the church in my life, even the mentors at the
Right.
church, they were huge.
Exactly. Yeah. Same with our kids.
For me. Oh,
Yeah.
and they still are. And when they got
Exactly.
both mom and dad and the mentors in the church.
I feel like the kids in our church are blessed.
Oh, my
because
gosh.
they have incredible parents who are obsessed with them, in love with them,
Mm-hmm.
pray over them, keep them planted in God's house. But then they have all these aunts and uncles who like dote all over them and are
Yep.
like, "You're amazing," but then
Mhm.
also who are there for them. Yeah.
And who are leaders.
Exactly.
You know,
and
who
they
carry
stand so tall.
themselves-
Leaders in the community,
Yes.
leaders in the church. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to Grayson the other day about video games or something. You
Yeah.
know, he has a time limit on video games, and for a while I even got lazy with that. He didn't really have a time limit. I was like, wait, how long you been on this game? Wait,
Yeah.
7 hours? 8 hours?
Mm-hmm.
And throughout the summer at different times, you go, whoa. Let's put a time frame on this. I know it's social. I know it's where he's connecting
Yeah.
with his friends, but
Mhm.
still, let's put a time frame so you're not in front of a computer,
Sure.
all this time. And so we were driving home from church together, and he was wanting to do video games. I was like, hey, you got this time frame. This is what you've got. This is what you have. He goes, man, Dad, come on. That's where all my friends are. I'm like, well, if your friends are on it for 10 hours, I don't know how they're going to grow up. But I want them to grow up to be, leaders.
Yes.
Then I said, Grayson, do you see how many exceptional little kids there are out there? And then how many adults are living in like a land of frustration and beneath their potential because whatever reason,
Sure.
life or whatever happened, to a person or decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, look at our church. And then as soon as I said it, we both looked at each other because we knew you can't really look at our church to see a bunch of people who are slackers.
No. Mm-mm.
That's not the place you go.
No.
They are surrounded by people
Who are like,
again, not perfect because
perfect.
I'm not perfect. You're not
Yeah.
perfect. But people are like, no, I actually want to be the
like them.
best I can
Yes.
possibly
Yeah.
be. I want to be more like
Yeah.
Jesus. I
Yes.
want to grow.
I feel like we have a great family culture at our church because I feel like we're so like obsessed with our children and then we're also obsessed with our marriage, and I feel like it breeds a culture of dads that are really involved with their kids, moms that are super invested in their kids, but also building the church together.
Yeah.
And now it's not just us, because it was just the two of us obviously when we started,
that's right.
but now there's like couple after couple after couple, and then
Yep.
you also have these amazing young adults
Yep.
who have all these examples around them.
Yep.
It's a beautiful picture.
It's really, really powerful. So even for the single moms and dads out there, when you have a community of other people around you, obviously, you pray and you hope that everyone can have, the mom at home and the dad at home and a beautiful, healthy marriage and all of those things. But we live in this broken world that doesn't always, work out like that. So, you're a single mom or you're a single dad.
Right.
Well, the beautiful thing is that God has a church community that you can get planted
Of
in.
course.
So your kid can get this other angle, because being a girl dad is different.
Right.
I've been like learning a lot. The
Right.
sons, I feel like, okay, shut up, stand up, stand tall. And of course, you encourage them to, and you got this, and you have what it takes. But now being the dad of a little girl, it's like, whoa. But I see that my sons need you. They need your voice.
Right.
What you bring to the table is beautiful and powerful and necessary. And it's helped them actually grow and mature, I think, in a really healthy way. Our daughter,
She needs you.
she needs me. So it's just,
We're a team. Yeah.
we are a total team. And then again, the body of Christ is this
also-
other family to come around
Exactly.
us
Yeah.
so that we don't have to do it together.
Exactly.
I mean, don't
Not
have to do it
alone.
alone. Sorry, don't have to do it.
Exactly.
We can do it together.
Exactly.
And with all these other people.
Exactly.
So that's really, really phenomenal. It's inspiring kind of hearing this, thinking back, I dreamed about being a husband and a father, right? Because that was not my picture,
Right, at
growing
home.
up. So now to be living this dream, to have a marriage that is healthy, that, we want to spend time
Right.
together, even on the tennis court. I still want to do the race. I still want to, even though my left knee right now is not 100%, I still feel like I could beat you.
You just had to get that in
I had
there.
to get that in there because I'm still shocked that you still are thinking that you could beat me in a race. I think it's crazy. It's so crazy. So, I mean, so you still think that, right?
I'm not going to talk about it anymore.
Okay. But I was dreaming about this. a marriage like this. And again, our marriage is not perfect. We still,
Right.
you get on my nerves, I get on your
Yeah.
nerves. We still, the other day, remember you shared a story with me, and I just was,
I didn't know that it was gonna take you down that road.
yeah, it just bothered me so much. The story annoyed the heck out of me, frustrated me to no end. I wasn't frustrated with you. It was just with this thing. I was like, what? This kind of made me a little bit
cranky.
Yeah, cranky, throughout the course of the day. I didn't even want to be cranky. So, you have those days, those moments like that for sure. But look, we bounce back.
Yep.
Look, we're still able to talk. Look, we still want to hang out together. Look, we
Yes.
still, can watch a Netflix movie or pray together. And so I'm very, very thankful to have this. And I never knew that it would be like this. You're just dreaming one day, I'm going to be a husband and I want to have kids. But man, it's better than I could ever have possibly imagined.
Yeah.
I am so
Such a
thankful
gift.
for God's
But I
grace.
think too, God was so kind to surround us with other couples and other families that even when we were single, we saw. So I feel like
and even when we were dating, right?
Yeah,
too, in college.
Yeah, that's what I meant before we got married. We've always been intentional about putting ourselves in places where there's people that have gone further than us, and that we want a life that's similar. Like we want a strong marriage. We want to be great parents. And so similar to our conversation that we had last episode, it's like if you want to be a good parent, then the parents that you're around can't just be in the same season that you are in. It's good to be around parents who've gone before you. If you want to be a good husband or good wife, it's great to be around the people that have been married your same season, but it's also good to be around people who have gone before you. If you want to crush your single season, it's so great to talk to other people who have been single longer and successful as singles instead of just thinking it's going to happen by osmosis.
Yeah, that was years ago. They were asking me, hey, you want to bring this person on the staff team? I ended up, this is a long, long time ago.
Okay.
I ended up saying yes, but I should have said no because I knew I did not want more people like this person.
Sure.
But you need to fill a hole. You need to kind of okay, well, let's just kind of make it happen. And you do it. But you're like, I don't want that reproduced, how that person is. That's not what I want, duplicated in the church. So, you live and learn. I made that mistake. Again, this is a long time ago, so I don't want anybody thinking they can put names on it.
Yeah.
With that being said, when you look at somebody you're taking advice from, do you want your life to be like their life? And if not, why are you taking advice from them? Why is that the person that you're going to? Why is that the individual that you're just drinking every single thing they say as if it's the gospel of Jesus Christ? For me and for you, I know there is no person that has impacted the world more than Jesus. No one has impacted the world more than Jesus Christ. Every aspect of society has been impacted by the man Jesus Christ, God with skin on. We have his words.
Yes.
They are recorded in the Bible.
Yeah, we have his wisdom.
We have it.
Yeah.
Let's read who he picked, why he picked them, what he said, why he said it, where he went, what he did, how he prayed, all these different things. They're mapped out for us. And I'm not one of those people like just read the red letters. I think you got to read the whole book.
Sure.
I'm talking about the person of Jesus, though, to say that's who I want to be like.
Right.
Do I spend any time with him?
Yeah.
Am I trying to glean and learn, from him? And so that's obviously a high and lofty goal.
Right.
And then you break it down to, and you get into married couples or, single people you want to be around or professionals. You look at, we were sitting with somebody not too long ago, and I was hearing how they're thinking about their finances for their kids. And I go, oh, I didn't learn all of this.
Right.
I did not learn that you could set this up for your kids and you can pour money into it, and then it kind of acts as a savings account, but it's also like a life insurance account.
Right.
And then when your kid wants to have a car, they can borrow from their own money and pay themselves back.
Right.
Not pay back the bank.
Right.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Right.
So there's all these truths, principles, wisdom that's out there. You got to be around some people that have done some things you haven't done.
Exactly.
So you can learn some things you just would not otherwise know.
Right.
It's helped me. This is helping me for sure. I don't know if this has helped anybody else, but I do want to encourage anyone listening to this. If you have a circle that you are around right now that you're not thrilled about your circle, you don't have to tell all those people they're the worst people in the world.
Right.
You can just choose your circle. You can also go and say, hey, want to go to lunch? Want to go to coffee? Of course, you can get mentored from afar. No doubt about that. I'm all for that. You can read somebody's book and be mentored by them.
Yeah.
You can listen to some of their messages or talks, and you can be mentored by them. I fully believe that. But you also want to be around some people that are trying to go the same direction and reaching for Christ, for excellence, for the next level like you are. People that will value family, people that will value rest, people that will value health, people that will value
being planted in church.
You want to be around people like,
that can teach you how to deal with offense the right way.
All of these things. You want to be.
That's important.
I see some circles, I go, whoa. Those are a lot of negative people right there.
Right.
Are they good for each other?
Right.
I don't know if all of y'all are together, that might not be the best. And then you can see some people that are all positive, and you want to make sure that they're not just laughing, but they're also dreaming, and they're also pushing each other forward. So all of us need people in our life that will be intentional to call the greatness that God put on the inside of us out. And if you don't have somebody like that, find them. They're at your church. They're in your community. But I would say, start a church. How do you even find that at church? I'd say start serving.
So good. Yeah. And you meet
practically
some great people.
start serving. Just start get involved. Just start getting involved. Just get on a team someplace. You're like, well, I don't like this team.
Get on a different team.
Yeah. Start pouring into people, giving away. I think as you give, as you are generous with your time and energy and encouragement, I think that's when God shocks you with bringing things into your life that, he'll allow you to steward for his glory. Yeah. So that's just, I don't mean to preach there, but I think that's a practical for some people, because they're kind of sitting and waiting for someone to come up to them.
Yes.
Or they're just doing these, these cold calls saying, hey, can you meet with me? And truth be told, some people ask me that. They're like, hey, can we get together? Which again, I'm willing to meet with anybody.
Sure.
But I do want to know, are you running?
Right.
Because I'm running.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, I want to fulfill all that God has called me to fulfill, not in a performance way, because it's all done by the finished work of Jesus Christ. This is my response. Like the angels bow down holy and say holy over and over and over again, because they are responding to the greatness and the glory of God. So every time they lift their heads up, they got to lift their heads right back down, because they're like, I just saw something else about God. That's amazing. So this is all a response. Our running and our serving and our giving, I want it to come from that pure place. And whenever it doesn't, Lord, check my heart. But if you're wanting to sit with me, but you're not moving forward and running, that means, and I'm willing to do this, of course I'm willing to stop and, speak with somebody, and we do this all the time. We're pastors. That's what we're called to do. Yeah. But on the other side, there are some people that are just like professional interviewers of great people.
Right.
But they're not running and trying to accomplish anything, not serving, not pouring into anybody else. I'm not saying you even got to serve at church.
Right.
Are you doing anything in the community?
Yeah.
Are you doing anything in the world? Are you doing anything other than just, filling up your notebook? Right. So, I don't know. I'm talking too much here. I don't want to.
Good stuff, though. It's gold.
I just think you gotta have some people around you that are willing to go, that are willing to push you, and you're willing to push them, and you're willing to encourage them, and they can encourage you. Yes. So it's not just all about we gotta go. Right, it's also like, hey, that didn't work out right, but God's got you. You're not forgotten. So anything else you want to add before we get out of here?
No, I think I love those gold nuggets you just left us with. I think we're just in there.
Okay.
Yeah, be intentional who you sit with.
Yeah, it was really good.
And move, because as you move, beautiful things find you as you move. You can't just sit and be a spectator. Get in there.
Okay, well, we're gonna get back to that racing on the next episode. We'll see. We'll see.
Us racing?
Yes,
Okay.
we're gonna get back to that, and we'll see about tennis as well. Onique and I are gonna continue to get better. I am proud of you though, on the real. It has been remarkable to see how much better you have gotten at tennis.
Thank you.
Because again, athletics was
Not my thing.
not your thing.
Never said it was.
But I feel like you've been locked in here, and you have done some Serena Williams backhands, and I've been like, "You go, girl." Remember that one time you went,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I hit it really hard.
I mean, she just hit that thing right across. I was like, okay, and nobody told her to grunt. You just did it. Were you mad at somebody?
Nope. I just all that energy.
Can't believe Earl came to one without me.
Two.
Okay.
Two without
Can't believe Earl came to two without me. But man, you're getting good. So I look forward to playing some couples together.
Love you.
Hey, love you a bunch. Hey, we love all of you as well.
Yes.
Praying for you, asking for God's grace, blessings on every single area of your life, and praying that He surrounds you with the right people.
Yeah.
But you also wouldn't wait. That you would not sit. That you would be like, you know what? I'm gonna go.
Yep. Take the first
I'm just gonna
step
start adding value
to other people.
in any space that I'm in. That's just what I'm going to do. I'm just going to add value to people, point them to Jesus, speak words of life and encouragement, speak words of hope, speak words of vision, destiny. That's what I'm going to be, that type of person when I walk into a room. And I think you do that for a year, you're going to be shocked at the type of people that end up around you.
Beautiful.
All right. Hey, love you guys so much. Bye.
Bye.